Good morning, students. In the last previous video, we have discussed what do you mean by thermal radiation and what is the radiation, properties of thermal radiation. So, when any body when it is heated, then it emits some electromagnetic waves. Those are called as the thermal radiations. And any body is heated. Okay. So thermal radiations, they do not require any material medium for their propagation. They always travel on the straight line with the speed of light. Okay. So these are what some properties which I have discussed in the last previous video. Now in today's class we are discussing the Newton's law of Coulomb. Newton's law of Coulomb. Okay, Newton's law of Coulomb. So it is a most common experience that we can experience that when any hot liquid or any hot water etc. when it is kept in a room, okay, then we can observe that after some time that hot liquid will get cooled down, hot water will get cooled down. So this is what that if we take a hot liquid, it cools fast if the temperature is higher when compared to the surrounding temperature. Okay, say for example, if you take a cup of tea, which is a hot tea, and if you place it in a room on the table, okay, then its temperature is very high. Its temperature is very high, and the surrounding temperature is very low. So it is observed that hot tea will cool down very fast. Okay, the hot tea cools very fast, and say for example, if I place a hot, if I need a liquid whose temperature is lower than the surrounding temperature. In the first case, I said that the temperature of the liquid is higher than the surrounding temperature. In that case, we have observed that the hot liquid is cooling very fast. In the second case, here the hot liquid which you have taken, its temperature is lower than the surrounding temperature. Now the hot liquid will cool very slowly. Okay, first hot liquid cools fast as its temperature, say for example, this theta is the temperature of the liquid which is greater than the surrounding temperature. Okay, theta naught is the surrounding temperature. Here it cools fast. Now cools slow when the temperature of the liquid is lesser than the surrounding temperature. So this is what the most common the most common experience which I have experienced. Okay. Now this is what the Newton's law. He studied the cooling of the liquids. Okay, cooling of the liquids with the surrounding temperature. Okay. Now this statement, it states that Newton stated that the rate of which the body loses its heat, the rate at which the body loses its heat is directly proportional to the temperature difference between the body and its surrounding. This is what the Newton's law is stated. So from his experience, he observed that the liquid is cooling very fastly when its temperature is higher than the surrounding temperature. The liquid is cooling very slowly when its temperature is lower than the surrounding temperature. So there is some temperature difference between the body and the surrounding, at which the body is losing its heat. Okay, and we can see that after some time, whether it is cooling fast or whether it is cooling slow, in the both the cases, after some time, we can see that the temperature of the liquid and the temperature of the surrounding will be same. They attain the equilibrium state after some time. Okay, so that is what the Newton's law he observed there. Okay, so he stated that the rate, what he states that the rate at which body losses heat is directly proportional to the temperature of the body. Sorry, is directly proportional to the difference between the temperature of the body and its surrounding. This is what is stated. The rate at which the body losses heat is directly proportional to the difference between the temperature of the body and its surrounding. Okay. Now consider a body of mass m. Okay. And its specific heat capacity C and its temperature is theta. And theta naught is the surrounding temperature. This is temperature of body and it is temperature of surrounding. Okay. Now according to the Newton's law, what is stated that the rate of loss of heat, okay, is directly proportional to the difference between the temperature of the body and its surrounding. That means dq, okay, dq, or say for example here from the statement he stated that dq by dt, it is minus. Why I have taken this minus? I will tell you. dq by dt is directly proportional to theta minus theta naught. Okay. Here this negative sign indicates that there is loss of heat. Negative sign is indicating that loss of heat, decrease in heat. Okay. So here Q means amount of heat which is decreasing with respect to time. So the rate at which the body loses its heat, this is dq by dt is equal to what? It is the rate of loss of heat here. The rate at which the body loses its heat, both are directly proportional to each other. Now if I remove this proportionality constant, dq by dt is equal to minus k theta minus theta. Okay, where k is the proportionality constant. Okay. Now so here dq by dt is equal to minus k into theta minus theta. Okay. So where theta is the temperature of the body, theta naught is the temperature of the surrounding. Now here k is a proportionality constant. This dq by dt is the rate of loss of heat of the body. Okay. Now after some time, we observe that there is some decrease in the temperature. Here d theta is the decrease in the temperature. Okay, after some time, this dt is the time. This dt is the time in which the temperature is decreased by d theta and the rate of loss of heat is dq. So that is what I can write here. The dq is equal to m into c into, that is here it is m into c into d theta into dt. Sorry, not dt. Okay. So this is the dt is the time in which the temperature is decreased by d theta and dt is the loss of heat here. Okay. Now if I divide both sides by dt here, then it becomes dq by dt is equal to m into c into dt. Take this as equation number 1 and take this as equation number 2. Now from 1 and 2. Okay. From 1 and 2. Whose both later side is same here. So therefore I can write this as m into c into d theta is equal to k into minus k into theta minus theta naught. Now it can be written as d theta by theta minus theta naught is equal to minus k divided by m into c. Okay. Now this d theta divided by theta minus theta naught is equal to minus k divided by m into c. So d theta by theta minus theta naught is equal to minus k divided by m into c. Now here, here I divided by dt here. So dt. So if I take to the numerator of this RHS side, it becomes dt. So dt d theta by theta minus theta naught is equal to minus k divided by m into c into dt. Okay. Now integrating on both the sides. Integrate on both sides. This becomes, so now here I can replace this k divided by one second. Before integrating, I am replacing this k divided by m into c is equal to, it is a constant term. Okay. Say this is capital C here. Okay. Now this becomes d theta by theta minus theta naught is equal to minus c, capital C, dt. Okay. Now integrating on both the sides. Integrate integrating on both sides. Here it becomes integration of d theta by theta minus theta naught is equal to minus c integration of dt. Okay, it becomes log of e theta minus theta naught is equal to minus c integration of dt. It becomes t plus c. Okay, here are taken this c as an integration constant. Okay, so this equation it shows that the slope is negative and it is straight line. If you plot a graph between the temperature and the time, log e or theta minus theta naught, then the slope will be straight line which is negative. Okay, so this is all about the Newton's law of cooling. Okay, here the statement states that the rate at which the body loses the heat is directly proportional to the temperature difference between the temperature of the body and its surrounding. This is given by minus dq by dt. This is directly proportional to theta minus theta. Okay, now this equation it shows that the slope is straight line, it is negative. Okay, so this is what all about the Newton's law of cooling. Okay, now today we stop here. In the next class we will discuss the next topic. Okay, thank you.